we can build in this tutorial objective mathematics question, and all the code is inside this method. With one call I will be able to run this program. Let's run and see what we have. Okay, by running this program, here is we will have question. The question is what is 1 plus 0, and then here is where we can put the input. And now let's put 1. Now we have success, the answer, which is we choose 1 and we score 1 out of 10. And now the question is what is 1 plus 3. Now let's answer the question that is not correct. Let's set 7, and if we press enter we have fail, and still we have 1 out of 10. The correct answer, it giving us the correct answer is 4, and this will continue until the iteration is over, which is we did it using while loop. And the most important thing here is after we finish the test we will have some scores, and it will give us the number of questions that we score and the number of questions that we failed with a percentage. Now let me just answer the question randomly. 1 enter, 1 enter, 1 enter, 1 enter. I'm just answering the question randomly. 1 enter, 1 enter. Okay, here after entering the number at the end we have the answer. I only answer 1 out of 9, and then I have fail 8, and then here is the score. My score is 10%. Now let's see how we can build this from scratch, and I hope you will follow the create a different class that we will use in to code this. Let me create Java class objective question. The name of the class is objective question. Now let me set the variable face, setting the variables to be used. Okay, the first step is that setting the variables that we will use in this tutorial. First we will have private counter, private integer counter, private integer counter, which will keep the record of the question, which is the number of question. This will keep the record of the question. And the next we will have private int success count. Okay, having this will keep the record of the success count, which is the number of correct answers. And let's have private integer failure count, and having this will keep the record of the failure count, which is the wrong answers in the test. And after this, let's have another 2 integer, which is random generator, which will generate random number to be added together. Now let's private int random generator. Let's have 1 because we will use 2 because we have this and this. It generates random numbers. Okay, now let's have private integer. Let me use this, since that all we have to is to change this to 2, which is private integer random generator 1. We will use this to generate random numbers. Okay, now let us review these variables. Here we have counter, which will keep the record of the count, which will keep the record of the questions that we will have, and here we have success count, will keep the record of the correct answers, and this will keep the record of the wrong answers, and these two will generate random number to be used in the test. Okay, now the next thing is that creating method to use the variables in code. Variables. We will create a method that will use the variables and then write code inside this method. The method that we will create is public void call for text, the name of the method, and here is how the method will look like. And inside this method we will have while loop with counter starting, because the question will start from number 1. We will have to set this to 1 so that it will start from 1 up to 10, which is counter less than or equal to 10. And then after creating this, inside this while loop we will have counter plus plus, and here is where we can write the code and it will iterate with different questions. Okay, now let's see how we can use this to create our test class. The next thing here is to generate random numbers using our variable. Okay, using our variables. Now to create random number, we will have random generator 1 equal to we will use math class to generate number. We have math dot random, but this output will be double, so, and we have integer, so we have an arrow. So to settle this, we have to cast this to integer so that we will have it as integer and store it in our container, which is this random 1. So let us solve this by casting. That is how we cast it, like this. Okay, and we want to generate number from 1 to 10, so, and this will also generate 0 point something, so it will be generated number 0 point, and then we cast it to integer so they will know point. So what we can do here to generate number from 1 to 10 is that to make it like this times 10. So this will generate number from 1 to 10, and then the result of this will be double, and after we cast it to this integer, then we will not longer have double, it will store as integer. So we solve this. Now what we need next is then random generator 2, and the same solution we can use random generator 2 equal to what we have here. Despite having the same thing, but it will generate different numbers. It will generate numbers from 1 to 10. We have two variables, random 1 and random 2, and it will generate numbers from 1 to 10. So here we use this counter, and then we use this random generator 1 and random generator 2. What is remaining is that the success count and failure count. But before implementing the success count and failure count, let us see what we can do next. The next thing is the cohesion, that is prompting cohesion, which is A to D. And then after prompting cohesion, then I'm receiving input from user. The next we will going to implement is that we will prompt cohesion from A to D, and then receive input from the user. Now you see that we are solving the problem step by step. Now here we will use a lot of print statement, but it doesn't matter. This is how we ask the question in this. Okay, now let me have something like this system.out.print, and here we will ask for the question what is, and the question will be, we concatenate here, and then random generator 1 plus, and then have a space, and then put another plus here. Okay, we had plus here because we don't want to add them together. Now we are asking question, and without this string with plus here, it will add the random generator 1 and the random generator 2. For example, random generator 2. So without this concatenation, if we just put plus, it will add them together. Okay, now what is remaining is another string. We will have a question mark. Okay, this is how we ask question. What is remain now is that we will provide some random answers, and then inside these random answers we will have correct answers. Okay, now let us go, and we will have this. Let me duplicate this. We will have A, B, C, D. Inside this we will print our, and then let's have another one for the input. Okay, and inside this we will have A, which is question number A. Now we will use this to generate number from 1 to 10. Okay, now that we have this, we generate number from 1 to 10 for the option A, and then at the same time we will use this for the question B. We will use this for the question P. Let's paste it here and now change it to B. Now we have B, and then now let's put the correct answer here. And how we can put the correct answer? Because it is addition, so to put the correct answer is that we just have to let me duplicate this, and then okay, we will have something like this: random generator 1 plus random generator 2. Okay, this is where the correct answer will be, and this will be C, and then it will keep changing. Okay, let's have something like this here. Okay, now we want to have for the question D. Okay, so now we have A, B, C, D. Okay, since that we have this one, the next thing is that receive input from the user. We have prompt question A to D, and then the next thing is that we receive input from the user. Now to receive input from the user, let's have something like this: input. Okay, now we will not have this print line here, since that we will receive input. And now let's have this so that it will be look more beautiful, and we will use scanner to receive input from the user. Scanner equal to new scanner, and this is how we use scanner to receive input from the user. Okay, now that we use scanner, then let's have integer, because we will receive an input of integer from the user. Let's have input equal to scanner, so we can access the members of the scanner using this variable. So let's have dot to access the members. Now you see we have next int, we have next byte, next short, so we will reuse next int, so because we will receive integer from the user. Now that we use this to receive integer from the user. Okay, now we will have all these. So the next thing is that we manipulate these to have using an if statement. Okay, so we will use if statement to count correct and non-correct answers. Okay, here is what we are going to do next. I hope the journey is step by step and you will love this. Okay, now let's implement this. Now we will receive this input and check if it is correct using the if statement. Now we have if. First we will use the random generator 1 plus random generator 2 and check if it is equal to input. So if the input received is equal to this random generator 1 plus random generator 2, which is the question asked, now then we will have the code inside here. So it is success count plus plus. After having this success count plus plus, then we will print correct answer. Have correct answer, and then we will use this again and tell the person who is using this test, after it is correct answer that he score, will have out counter, which is success count. Now this is what he score. The success count will count plus, and then have something here out of, then have concatenation here out of 10. That is what he score. We have this out of 10, which is 10 question. Okay, now we will use else statement if this is not what happened. So the next thing is we count the failure plus plus, and then we tell the correct answer. Here we will have the correct answer is so now we will have the correct answer, and to have the correct answer is having this, because this is the correct answer. So okay, now we are telling him that this is the correct answer. Okay, and then we will duplicate this. This will continue telling how many he scored. This is what he scored. The success count is always count what he scored out of 10 question. Okay, and the next thing we will do is that to count percentage, and then counting percentage will be out of the while loop, and here is outside the while loop. Now let's have comment and write counting percentage and giving score. Okay, and this is what we will do next. Now to use this, we will have system.out.println, and inside this we will have success, that is total success. Then we call success count, but we will have this concatenation and a space, success count. And then at the same time we have another system dot out dot print. We have total fail, and with total fail we will have failure count. Okay, now to have the percentage of this, we will use double and then give it percent equal to this, which is success count. And the problem we will have here is that we have integer here and this is double. So what we will do is to concatenate this success count to double. We'll have double here and then have divide by. Okay, we will divide this by 10. This is the total number of count, and this 10 also we will concatenate it with double, so that the result that we will have will store in double. So now we have percentage. We will use number format to get the percentage instance, and format will pass percent here, and this will return a string. So we store this in string and call it result. So now that we have this result, and then let's use system.out.print and then print score, or said something like this: your score is, and then pass the result here. Okay, this is the final stage, and this is what we have written: counting percentage and giving scores, using if statement to detect correct and non-correct answers, prompting question A to D and receiving input from the user, and then generating random number for the test. And we have creating method to use the variable, setting the variable to be used. That's how we solve problem step by step. And in case of spelling this is failure, I hope you will correct in your code, and I will make the code available in our group WhatsApp. Okay, now let's see the source code. Let's see how we can. Now we are not longer using this. We will call objective question, and then now we will delete this. Objective question equal to, this is the variable new objective question, and then let's use this variable to access call for test and run our program. So let's see what we get. Here is what we get. So we have numbers with point, and the problem is that here is how let's go to the objective question. We did not cast this to integer, int, and the same thing to this, and we will have to this. Now this problem will disappear after repairing this. Stop and rerun. Now here is what we have. Okay, now since that we know 2 is the correct answer, let's put 2 and see what we have. You see we have correct answer, and I have scored 1 out of 10, and it goes to the next question. Okay, now we want to separate this to have some space here, and to have some space here we will just have to print something here. We will have some space even if we did not put something here, and let me have something here to have some space. Let's run this program and see. Now we have rerun this program. Now let's see, let me put the correct answer 9. We have here correct answer and 1 out of 10. That is, I score 1 out of 10. And then here let me put the wrong answer. This part I know that the answer is 4, but let me put 8. The counter remained the same, 1 out of 10, because I did not score this. So let me continue putting some random answers and see the end of the objective what will give us a score. So let me start putting 2 or 1 as the answer and pressing enter. You see the target is to reach the final answer. Okay, here is the final answer, because all that the correct answer is 7. Okay, starting from here, total success 1, and you see that it is telling us that the correct answer, because 4 plus 3 is 7 here at option C, which is it's telling us that the correct answer is 7, and up till now I score 1 out of 10. Okay, total success 1 and total fail 9. I fail 9 question out of 10. So, and you see the percentage, your score is 10%. And I hope you will run this program and see what the output will be, and you can practice with this, and follow our channel, YouTube channel, and subscribe. We will provide more of videos in Java and other programs.